Welcome to ANS Solver question 2 of this paper. So for part A, they are asking us to find the value of x. So let's take 7x to the other side of the equation. So what I'm doing here is I'm getting all the variables to one side and the numbers to the other side. So 5x minus 7x is minus 2x. Bad. Minus 2x. And if you take negative 17 to the other side, it will become positive 17. So 3 plus 17 is equal to 20. And therefore x would be equal to minus 10. Because 20 divided by minus 2 is equal to minus 10. Now let's move on to part B of this question. So for part B, they are asking us to find the integer values of n that satisfy this inequality. Okay, so the variable is for n in this case, therefore we have to divide both the end of the ranges by 4. So x divided by 4 would be 2, and negative 7 divided by 4 will be negative 1.75. So instead of negative 7 and 8, we take the range as negative 1.75 to 2. So therefore the integers that satisfy the inequality would be negative 1, comma 0, comma 1, comma 2, because it is lesser than equal to 2, so it can be 2 as well. So therefore these four integers would be your final answer for part B of this question. Now let's move to part C1 of this question, where they are asking you to simplify the following. Now over here we can use the indice rule that states a raised to x multiplied by a raised to y will be equal to a raised to x plus y. So therefore we have a raised to 3 multiplied by a raised to 6. So therefore we will do a raised to 3 plus 6, which is equal to a raised to 9. Therefore a raised to 9 will be your final answer for part C1 of this question. Now let's move to C2. So for this we can use another indice rule, which states that a raised to n the whole raised to m is equal to a raised to n multiplied by m. So in this case we have 5x y square, the whole cube. So for the y square part, it would be y raised to 2 multiplied by 3. But since the other terms are also going to get cubed, so let's solve it part by part. So 5 cube is equal to 125. X raised to 3 is going to be x cube, and as we said, for y square we will use the rule that I wrote above. So 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6, so it will be y raised to 6, and therefore your final answer for part C2 will be 125 x raised to 3 y raised to 6. Now let's move to part C3, where they are asking you to simplify this again. So again you have to solve this part by part. So 27 raised to negative 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3. My bad. Yeah, 1 by 3 x raised to, now again we use the same rule over here. My bad. The same rule we use over here as well. So 12 multiplied by negative 3 is equal to 12 multiplied by negative 1 by 3 will be equal to 12 divided by 3, which is equal to 4. But since it is negative, it will be negative 4. And the whole thing divided by, again, 64y cube. So again 64 raised to negative 1 by 3. So that is 1 by 4. So basically 1 raised to 1 by 3 means cube root of that number, and y raised to 1 by 3 will be equal to minus 1. So therefore your final answer for part C part 3, since both of them are raised to minus, we can swap it. We can swap the numerator and the denominator, and therefore your final answer will be 4y raised to 1 divided by 3x raised to 4. Now the fractions also go away because you're bringing the entire number into the denominator, and therefore the fraction will get cancelled out. That is the one part of the fraction, and therefore only the denominator will stay. So because the entire thing gets reciprocated, so therefore our final answer being 4y, the whole thing, divided by 3x raised to 4.